An update from Ngong Road where our Elfas Lagat is on standby. There was a fire there at Malik Heights. Pretty much began at about 8 p.m. Raged on up until 11 p.m. when we went off air, and we want to see the situation right now from our Elfas Lagat. Lagat, what can you tell us? What's the latest from that location?
Thank you, Haiga. Chaotic scenes that we saw yesterday for close to 4 hours when fire engulfed this Malik Heights for close to 4 hours, and firefighters just trying to put out the fire. And of course, this morning we just found out that there is limited access getting to the ground parking of Malik Heights, and of course it houses a number of car bazaars, different offices, restaurants are within here as well. And I spoke to guards here telling us it is closed off to around 8 a.m. Before users here can get directives on whether or not they can access the offices. But as of now, there are just a few onlookers here just looking at that section. I spoke to the guard telling me dozens of vehicles have been destroyed so far in that fire that gutted Malik Heights beginning a few minutes past 8 p.m. yesterday. And of course, we heard from authorities saying efforts to put out the fire were slowed given the nature of traffic on Ngong Road. It's an office complex that is just opposite the Greenhouse Mall here on Ngong Road. And it houses, as I mentioned, a couple of offices, restaurants, car bazaars right here. And of course, the cause of the fire you heard yesterday from Trevor Mbija, Mashirima Kapumba and Stephen Leto, hearing different pockets of explosions emanating from first floor, second floor, going up, smoke billowing up here, fire, and of course, it could be suspected to be gas explosions. But official confirmation to the cause of the fire has not yet come to our attention. Of course, we are hoping by at around 8 a.m., 9 a.m., the owners of this office complex will be here so that we can understand just exactly what led to this fire that gutted this office complex, leading to destruction of property of unknown value. Initially, we are informed that one person was injured. But the official figure, Wahiga, at this stage, we do not know the official figure. But in the coming probably an hour or so, speaking to authorities, because at this point it's just the guards who are manning the entrance of the office complex, and the users have been told to just clear away from the office complex until they are cleared to use and access their offices to find out the extent of the damage. So for us as well, journalists here, we're waiting for that window when we will be allowed to get in. But at this stage, again, I must say that the structural integrity of the office complex is still in question. We do not know whether the fire damaged this office complex, to what extent exactly. So for now, Wahiga, what I can say is that users of Malik Heights are not allowed. If you rented the office, you're not allowed to get in. If you own Junubin restaurant, they're not allowed to get in, as well as the car bazaars right here. Of course, it houses a number of vehicles, high-end luxury vehicles that were being sold just right here. So for now, Wahiga, we are waiting to get the authorities to speak to us on this regard. Of course, we saw quite a number of them coming here yesterday to put out the fire that started a few minutes past 8 p.m. yesterday and was put out close to 3 hours later. Wahiga.
Elfas, briefly tell us this. First of all, by the time we were going off here last night at about 11 p.m., a part of the fire was still blazing towards one corner of the building. Do you know exactly what time they were able to completely douse out those flames? And secondly, you are doing this link from the road. I trust that you are safe as you do that. Does that mean that parts of the road have been blocked? What can you tell us about the traffic situation around that area?
Wahiga, really, for now, the traffic is really flowing smoothly. But as you mentioned again, the fire yesterday going to the left link and rising up through the other floors is about 8 floors going up. And to the right-hand side and even to the left, there are different residential places. And of course, there were fears that if the fire was not to be put out, it would spread out to the other residentials. But fortunately, I can see immediately to my left, Wahiga, there is an apartment here, but it is not touched. It's only Malik Heights that shows effects of the fire. And also to my right-hand side, of course, this other side, if my cameraman can get, that side is also another side where people live. and it was not entirely affected by the fire. So that is to tell you, Wahiga, that it is just Malik Heights with houses, restaurants, houses, offices, car bazaars that was affected by the fire. You mentioned about the traffic, but now to my extreme left, the traffic is just flowing smoothly, as it were, because the fire was contained, as I'm told, a few minutes to close to midnight. But what we do not have right now, Wahiga, is the official confirmation on just what led to the fire that broke out a few minutes to 8 p.m. We want to talk to the owners of the complex at around 8 a.m. to tell us whether the vehicles were insured. Is there a remedy for the guys who had rented out offices here? And just what happens next after this fire. Because it's a massive blow to business owners. It's a massive blow to the car bazaar owners who are right here, and of course those who are working right here. And it's grounded. The operations here are grounded. There's nothing that is happening as at now, a few minutes past 7 a.m. But maybe going 8 a.m., 9 a.m. we can see more activity, getting the owners to get here, and even authorities on just what is the way forward after this massive fire destroying this Malik Heights.